Good morning. Today we're going to talk some more about our life science book. We're going to be discussing pages 27 and 28. So let me get right to it. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to open up a PowerPoint that I made for you. And let me get to the correct page. I made this PowerPoint for you to explain what goes on page 27 and 28. There's a lot of information in this section, this ending section. So I'm going to go over it step by step with you. All right, so I picked this cover. Most of you know that if I could come back as an animal, it would be a dolphin. And I just thought this picture was beautifully taken. And this is the part I would love about being a dolphin, is being able to swim a lot and be out in the water in the sunshine. And I love fish, so it works out great. All right, on page 27, we're going to be talking about inherited and acquired traits. Now, inherited is what you got from your parents. What did you get from your parents? Is it your hair color, your eyes, maybe your nose? Acquired traits are things that you learned. So you have to figure that out for yourself. You're not born knowing how to ride a bicycle. You have to be taught how to ride a bicycle. That's an acquired trait. So on your page, and on page 27 in your little book, you will see that I have drawn a pair of blue jeans. Okay, drawn a pair of blue jeans. Basically what I did is I made a triangle from the bottom up and then colored everything else blue. And I've written jeans and jeans across the top because this is two different ways of spelling jeans, but it sounds the same, but they mean something completely different. So GENES has to do with the characteristics that are passed from the parent to the offspring. So that means, what did you get from your biological mother and your biological father? Animals look just like their parents. Children look just like their parents. Puppies look like their parents. A lot of times you will inherit certain features from your family, from your parents, and they got it from their parents. And so that's just genetics. That's how it works. We call those inherited traits, features you are born with that are like your parents. That goes on one side. Now, the side that's spelled JEANS, that's the kind that's made with cotton and dyed blue. But that leg, we're going to be recording our acquired traits, things that you have learned after you were born, like riding a bicycle, learning how to read, things like that. So here's a page that kind of goes over some general traits with you, inherited. You were born with these traits. Can you roll your tongue? If you can roll your tongue, it's probably because one of your parents can roll their tongue. Do you have free earlobes? Some earlobes go straight to your neck and connect to your neck, and some have a little lobe sticking down. Mine do. Hairline. Some people have a widow's peak on their hairline, and some people don't. So there's all kinds of things. How does your thumb look? When you hold up your thumb, it probably looks like someone you are related to. That's an inherited trait. But let's look at the right side. Acquired. You have learned these. You have to learn these traits. Children learning to read. That is something you have to learn to do. A horse learning to stay away from an electric fence. He figured that out on his own. Birds flying. We all think that birds are born to fly. Well, they're born with the features to fly, but their parents actually teach them how to fly. This is where you're going to write 5 things on each gene leg, each pant leg. 1 is your 5 inherited traits, and 1 is 5 things you have had to learn on your own. We have some people in our class that take piano lessons. You weren't born knowing how to play piano. You have to figure that out. You have to acquire that trait. All right, so that takes care of page 27. Here's your YouTube link if you'd like to watch a video on the traits. Now we're going to be moving into metamorphosis. Metamorphosis, meta means with and morph means change. With change, we're going to be studying both complete metamorphosis and incomplete metamorphosis. Here's your YouTube link, so you can learn more about it if you'd like to watch that. I encourage you to do that. Now, we're going to put incomplete metamorphosis at the top of page 28. All right, this is when the baby is the same shape, essentially, as an adult. So puppies, kittens, baby people, baby birds, all fit in the incomplete metamorphosis. Pretty much all mammals fit into the incomplete metamorphosis. So basically the human is the picture I've drawn. It starts off as an egg, becomes a nymph, which is a mini-me of a complete of an adult. And then as they get older, they just get bigger. A miniature person becomes a full-grown person, becomes an adult. And that's the life of a human. Now let's talk about when we're talking about complete metamorphosis. In a complete metamorphosis, the baby looks completely different from the adult. So this is on the bottom half of page 28. So you are going to start off with the eggs, and then those are going to change into or morph into a caterpillar. And caterpillars, as you know, the fuzzy ones sting the most. And then that goes into the next stage, which is the pupa stage. Caterpillars will create a chrysalis inside. They'll wrap themselves up in this chrysalis. And after a period of time, then they will emerge out of that chrysalis as an adult. We call it a butterfly. And then the butterflies will lay eggs and the cycle will repeat. It is a complete metamorphosis because the adult looks completely different from the baby. So that is page 27 and 28. Now, I am going to go over the rest of the book in the next YouTube. So, let's see. All right, so I want to stop sharing. And I will continue this conversation and the PowerPoint in the next YouTube. Don't forget to color your pictures.